This is a presentation of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Tonight, the East Chicago Central Cardinals battle the Crown Point Bulldogs on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to another presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 The Key and streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. We come to you tonight from Crown Point High School at the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers present the number 8 Crown Point Bulldogs taking on the RSN number 1 EC Central Cardinals. I'm Brendan Alexander. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game. Joining me with the analysis tonight, breaking it down like no one else, is Hall of Famer Jim East. How you doing, Jim?
Very good. We'll get a chance tonight to see the number 1 team in Northwest Indiana. We'll see if they're as good as advertised.
And I had an opportunity to see EC Central a couple of weeks ago, and they certainly are. We are underway quickly here from Crown Point. EC Central controls the tip. It's going to move right to left on your radio dial tonight. Quickly, a 3-ball popped up by Damian Jefferson, the D-run recruit. That's no good. And the rebound will go to Crown Point, and quickly a turnover for CP. Back to EC Central. 3-ball from the baseline put up by Hiron Edwards. And that one's no good. Rebound by Blake Bonin, and Bonin will bring it up for Crown Point's first possession of the night. Crown Point in their home whites with white trim, or red trim. EC Central in the red traveling unis. White designs down the side. Both teams wearing red shoes tonight. With the ball on the right elbow is Bonin for Crown Point. A little jump shot from 13 feet, and that's good. That was actually Grant Galen from the elbow with his first points of the night. 2-0 Crown Point.
Well, we'll see if East Chicago is going to shoot a lot of threes and so forth, or they're going to take it inside.
Cardinals back with it. Dish over to Damian Jefferson. Triggers and fires the 3, no good from the left elbow. Rebound Bulldogs. Brought up the floor by Sasha Stefanovic.
One thing about it, if they don't score, they can't set their 2-2 press up.
Top of the key now, Grant Galen with a long 3. Bullseye for Galen. 5 points for Grant. 5-0 Crown Point. This is just what the doctor ordered for the Bulldogs tonight, Coach.
Could be. Grant did not have his best game last night.
Inside feed looking for Damian Jefferson. Turned over to the Bulldogs, brought back up the floor by Bonin.
I'm sure he's going to be looking for a better play.
That was an ill-advised pass from Jermaine Cousinard. Looking for Jefferson inside. 3-ball other side, put up by Stefanovic. Clinks off the rim, no good. Rebound EC Central. Up the floor quickly is Edwards. Edwards takes it all the way himself. Layup right side, no good. Rebound by Jefferson. And the putback is good for Damian. First points of the night for the Cardinals.
It's a man-to-man press. Reaching in there.
So early on here in the first, 5:40 left to go in the first quarter. Crown Point with the ball. And it's Galen looking for an inlet pass, and Galen will draw the foul.
A lot will be decided by the referees tonight. They're going to call a game tight. Advantage Crown Point.
So on the inbounds for Crown Point is Berquist. Looking to get it in. Berquist working on Lewis. Gets it into Bonin. Back to Berquist. Stefanovic from the right elbow now. Inside feed for Nick Jeffers. Jeffers looking for the put-in. And he'll turn it over. Went off of Jefferson's knee.
Quick hands.
Yep.
Quick hands. You better come down with that rebound with authority.
And quickly, Coach, we'll go over the Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game tonight. For both teams, there's going to be, it's on the defensive side of the floor. Crown Point's really going to have to work on this EC offense. What do you see as the keys to the game tonight?
Well, one thing, they've got to be able to beat the press.
A layup there for Keyshawn Lewis is good. 5-4 Crown Point. Go ahead, Coach. Other side of the floor, layup put up by Josh Berquist. No good, but Josh will draw the foul.
There's one thing right there. Attack the basket. Don't be afraid of the quickness of East Chicago. Attack the basket. Shoot free throws.
And those were our Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game. Those are brought to you by Christensen Chevrolet, the all-new Chevrolet Superstore. Turnover other end for the Bulldogs, right to left now, EC Central. 3-ball put up by Jefferson, no good. Rebound brought down by Crown Point. Other way now, it's Bergquist. All the way down the lane is Bergquist with the reverse lay-in. Nice move there by Josh, spinning around the defender for the easy 2, 7-4 Crown Point now.
No help defense there. Be interesting to see what kind of offense that East Chicago runs. So far, we've seen a lot of threes. And there's another one.
3-point fired by Jermaine Cousinard. Nothing but net from the right elbow. First points of the night for Jermaine. That'll be the Bulldogs on the other side now. Inlet feed for 33 at Crown Point. Jeffers.
Well, maybe he got fouled, but the official didn't agree with me all the time.
So Jeffers was looking for the foul, but it was out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Cardinals. There's actually a travel on the play for Jeffers. And back the other way now for East Chicago Central is Edwards. Edwards left side for Lewis. Back to Edwards, top of the key. Screen set, 3-ball. Edwards, long 3, no good. Brought down by the Bulldogs. Up the floor right side now is Bonin. Juggling around the perimeter is Crown Point, looking for space underneath. And they find it inside to Jeffers, but a whistle on the floor before the shot.
That's the third foul very early on East Chicago.
23, Damian Jefferson, his
First foul of the night for Jefferson. Third team foul already in this first half. Just getting going here from Crown Point High School. 3:38 left to go in the first. Bulldogs with the basketball. It's Josh Bergquist dribbling around the paint, looking for space. Baseline drive now. Outlet feed baseline for Bonin, looking for space. Gets it back out to Stefanovic, who will reset. Stefanovic dribbles right, working on Jermaine Cousinard. Bobbles the ball, recovered by Jeffers.
That's the fourth foul.
Jeffers puts up the shot and will collect the foul, and Jeffers will go to the line for 2. Foul's going to go against Cousinard.
I don't know how deep East Chicago could go on their bench. I know they're starting 5. They got 2 premium Division I players, but beyond that, I don't know.
Those 2 D1 players that Coach East is talking about, Hiram Edwards, the senior, and Damian Jefferson, just a junior. And these 2 guys are as advertised. They can pound the ball down on the offensive side of the floor, and they both play great defense as well. Interesting nugget that I got from our guy Nathan Laird that Hiram Edwards has actually scored 90 points in his last 2 games. 46 and 44
but Jefferson
points.
Was not there, so he's got to share the ball tonight.
So second free throw for Jeffers is good. He missed the first, so 8-7 now. Crown Point with the advantage. Other side quickly is Damian Jefferson. Inside layup is
very
good.
athletic
4 points now for Damian. Yes, it was. Quickly, the Bulldogs beat the press of East Chicago Central, get the ball on their side of the court. It's Bergquist on the left elbow. Bergquist working on Jefferson on the elbow. Bergquist gets around Jefferson, dribbles baseline, loses the ball. Recovered by Galen now. Galen kicks it back out to Bergquist. Bergquist dribbles, kicks it out for Stefanovic, who shoots the 3 from the top of the key. And no good on the rebound. The foul's going to go against Crown Point.
Foul number 30.
And that'll be on Galen. That's his first. 5 points already for Grant here in the first. 5 of the 8 that Crown Point has scored.
I'm somewhat surprised that Crown Point is going down the floor and shooting quickly. I think to take the ball and hold on to it as long as you can gives you a better chance of winning.
9-8, Cardinals with the lead. Long 2-pointer put up by Hiram Edwards. That's no good from about 20 feet. Nice stroke by Edwards, clanked off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Crown Point. 3 triggered and fired by Galen, no good. And recovered by EC Central. Charlie Cleveland with the rebound for the Cardinals. Other side now, Jefferson takes it all the way himself. Lays it up right-sided in. A nice touch by Jefferson. 6 points now for Damian as it's an 11-8 Cardinal lead.
He's very athletic.
Bergquist gets it across half court, feeds in for Stefanovic, who takes it himself to the right side, no good. Rebound Cardinals, all the way down is Edwards, quickly. Looking for the layup, but drew the foul. So Hiram will go to the line for 2. Foul will go against Bergquist. That's his first. Moving quickly here in the first quarter from Crown Point High School. as the number 1 East Chicago Central Cardinals are visiting the Bulldogs here tonight. Crown Point coming into this game at 12-6, and the Cardinals with 12 wins as well, but just 3 losses on the season. With it now is Damian Jefferson taking his time. Jefferson working on Jeffers for Crown Point. Jefferson takes it all the way himself with a little reach around.
He drove the baseline and reached back with his left hand to make that shot.
What a play there by Damian Jefferson, showing off those ball handling skills. 8 points now for Jefferson. Other side, 3-pointer triggered and shot up by Crown Point, no good. And on the rebound, there will be a foul that goes against East Chicago Central.
Again, shooting a little quick.
Hawkins wearing 40 for East Chicago Central. In the game for the first time, draws his first foul. That's Madison Hawkins, a senior, in the game. And at the line for 2 is Noah Morales. And the first one is good for Noah.
Well, Crown Point's playing better than they did last night. Last night, I think they only had about 16, 17 points at halftime. They end up winning the ball game, but, boy, it was a struggle.
Second shot from Morales is good. Cuts the lead to 3 for the Cardinals, 13-10, EC Central.
Crown Point's in a 2-3 zone.
With it now for the Cardinals is Lewis, top of the key. Left side for Edwards.
They're just going to dare East Chicago to shoot the ball.
Edwards now with it, picks up the dribble, takes it himself, drives the lane, puts up a little floater, no good. Rebound brought down by Charlie Cleveland. Cleveland kicks it back out to Edwards. Edwards pops a long 2 off the rim, no good. Edwards can't find his stroke so far. That will bode well for the Bulldogs. 13-10 Central, 35 seconds left to go here in the first. With it for the Bulldogs is Stefanovic, who will take his time. 30 seconds to go here in the first. Stefanovic guarded by Edwards, screen set. Stefanovic dribbles left, kicks out left. 3-pointer put up by Bonin. That's no good from the baseline. And it'll be out of bounds and go to the Cardinals with 19.3 left to go here in the first.
Well, I would have thought maybe that Crown Point might have held for that last shot. Being behind 3 points is not too bad against the number 1 team in the area.
So bringing it up the floor for the Cardinals is Edwards, and Edwards going to take his time, look for the last shot. 9 seconds left. 7 seconds. Edwards on the dribble, guarded by Stefanovic. Edwards, 3 seconds, kicks it out. 3-pointer put up by Damian Jefferson at the buzzer. Nothing but net. What a stroke by Jefferson, and what a quarter for the junior after 16-10. East Chicago Central with a lead. We'll take a timeout and come back right after this with the second on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same, and life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to, in part, underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players at highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network. Live tonight at 90.5 WRTW The Key and streaming worldwide on the internet, RegionSports.com. We had a good first quarter, 16-10. Cardinals with the lead, led by Damian Jefferson with an 11-point effort in the first quarter, including a buzzer-beating 3-pointer to close out the first. With it now for the Bulldogs' right side is Stefanovic, top of the key. Stefanovic dishes left for Bonin, who finds Morales on the baseline. Baseline back out top of the key for Bonin. Inside feed underneath for Jeffers. Jeffers can't get the shot up. triple teamed under the basket by 3 red jerseys was Nick. And the ball will go out of bounds. Another turnover for the Bulldogs for the Cardinals.
I guarantee you one thing, when Hiram Edwards and Jefferson get the ball, they're looking to shoot. Well, any time a player like Edwards has 90 points in 2 games last week,
yeah,
he's looking to shoot.
Well, he's got a stroke. He's been ice cold tonight. 0 for 3 from the field is Edwards, but who has not been ice cold is Damian Jefferson, who popped a little baseline 2-pointer. No good from about 10 feet for Damian. Ball went out of bounds, and there will be a foul on the play. Foul will go against Morales. That's Noah's first. 3 team fouls in the night for Crown Point as they trail by 6, 16-10. And on the inbounds, what's the call there, Coach?
Well, they called, they were in a line formation, and one of the guys stepped forward and blocked the Crown Point kid out, and they called the foul. That is a 6-team foul for East Chicago.
6-team foul, like Coach said, second of the night for Hawkins. Cousinard also with 2 fouls. Lewis and Jefferson with 1 for the Cardinals.
Bad place to pass it.
Yeah, Bulldogs gets it in bounds to the corner for Bonin, but they're able to get it out. Trying to bring it up the floor is Berquist. Berquist having a tough time, and that'll be the 7th foul against the Cardinals.
Pretty quick.
We'll see who they call it on.
They're going to use the entire second period to shoot free throws now.
That's going to go against Lewis. That's his second already. So 2 starters with 2 fouls of the night. And Crown Point will be in the bonus early on here in the second quarter with 7:08 to go. At the line is Berquist, who will have a 1-and-1. Shot is up and good for Berquist. So 3 points on the night for Josh. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the State Farm Agency of Bob Rees in Crown Point. Located at 152 West Joliet Street, Bob Rees State Farm is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, and the evening's appointment can be reached at 663-7337. Bob Rees State Farm is a proud sponsor of Bulldog Athletics on the Region Sports Network. Second shot by Berquist is good. So 4 points for Josh and a 4-point lead for the Cardinals. Brought up the floor now for East Chicago is Hiram Edwards. Edwards thought about the 3 from the top of the key, but reconsidered. He's working on Berquist. Left side now for Darian Reed. Back out to Jefferson, who triggers a 3, no good. And on the rebound attempt was Joshua Tootle, seeing his first minutes of the game. And Tootle will draw the foul and go to the line for 2.
33, Nick Jeffers, his first.
That's the first foul of the night for Jeffers.
At the line.
4th team foul.
You must do a good job of screening off so they don't get the second shot.
Free throw in for Tootle. His first points of the night. Five-point lead for the Cardinals, 17-12. Second free throw, no good. Rebound brought down by Grant Galen for the Bulldogs. And the Cardinals are going to give Crown Point a free pass across center court. Brought up by Stefanovic. Dribbles right, double team. Stefanovic, left elbow for Morales. Now Berquist, back to Galen. Berquist dribbles left side, finds some space in the lane. Nice move by Berquist once again.
Very difficult to figure out that Berquist is left-handed. People have a tendency to overplay the right hand, but he takes advantage of that left hand and attacked the basket and scored.
Off the left fingertips and in for Berquist, cuts the lead to 3, 17-14 Cardinals. Left side with it now for EC is Edwards. Dishes right side.
He's going to shoot it.
For Jackson. Now inside feed, Damian Jefferson puts up the shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, put back, no good. Rebound brought down by Bonin for the Bulldogs. Saves the out of bounds, kicks it out for Berquist. Berquist will bring it all the way up himself. Get up the shot, and a foul before the shot, says the official. Crown Point doing a good job in the transition game tonight, Coach, getting it up the floor.
Well, I think if they're attacking the basket, that's the main thing. And you're going to get a shot block now and then. But you know what? You're also going to get a lot of foul shots.
Crown Point in the bonus. 5:44 left to go here in the second. It'll be Berquist at the line for a 1-and-1. And that was the first foul of the night on Darian Reed. Free throw for Berquist is up and good. So Josh is 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight. Working on a 7-point effort here in the second quarter. Second shot for Bergquist. Nothing but net. So 8 now for Josh.
Now, if they can entice East Chicago to shoot nothing but perimeter shots, the zone is very, very, very effective.
The 1-point lead for the Cardinals. Quickly, three-pointer put up by Darian Reed. Nice stroke from the left wing for Darian. His first points of the night. Takes the lead back out to 4 for the Cardinals, 20-16. Right side now is Stefanovic for the Bulldogs. Looking underneath was Stefanovic and drew the foul once again.
Anytime Crown Point crosses, that means they dribble at a man without the ball and hand off, they're going to get trapped. That is part of the defensive strategy of East Chicago.
So first foul of the night for Edwards. Jermaine Cousinard comes back in for the Cardinals.
I do not think that Coach Brown is using the same measuring stick that other schools are using.
Free throw up and good for Stefanovic. It's Sasha's first points of the evening. Cuts the lead to 3, 2017 Cardinals. Second shot quickly. No good off the back of the rim for Stefanovic. And fighting for the rebound were 2 Cardinals. And it bounces off the chest of Hiron Edwards out of bounds. So fortuitous bounce there for the Bulldogs. It'll be out of bounds the baseline for Bonin. Quickly inside feed, and a shot put up by Galen is no good. So a wasted possession there for Crown Point. Up the floor quickly is Edwards. Right wing 3-ball for Jermaine Cousinard is good. His second 3 of the night. 6 points for Jermaine. 6-point lead for the Cardinals, 23-17. 5 minutes left to go here in the second. A little slower moving here in the second quarter. That'll happen when a team's in the bonus. So an inlet feed underneath to no avail for Crown Point. Turned over, brought up the floor now by Jefferson for the Cardinals. Jefferson left wing now for Cousinard. Cousinard takes it himself, hits the side of the backboard on the shot. No good. Rebound for Stefanovic. And Sasha will bring it up the floor himself. Sasha looking for space. Screen set, right side. Nice move there by Stefanovic. Takes it himself up the lane. Layup up and good. 4-point lead now for the Cardinals. 3 points for Sasha. Left side of the floor now for the Cardinals, it's Jefferson. Looks inside for Cleveland. Cleveland bobbles the pass, recovered by Edwards. Edwards, long 3 from the left wing. Still can't find it. Edwards has gone scoreless thus far. Off the front of the rim, rebound Crown Point. Underneath quickly for the Bulldogs. It's Nick Jeffers. Draws the foul and 1. Nice move there by Nick.
Jeffers had a tremendous game last night against Portage. I think he got 35 points, but he was at the free throw line an extraordinary amount of time.
So the foul is going to go against Cleveland, his first. And Nick Jeffers completes the 3-point play.
If they can keep a game this speed, they got a real chance of upsetting East Chicago.
Bulldogs are staying in it. 1-point game, 23-22 Cardinals. 3:49 left to go here in the first half. Cross-court pass, Jefferson over to Cousinard. Cousinard back right side for Edwards. Now top of the key, Jefferson. Jefferson back to Edwards on the right wing. Back to Jefferson, top of the key. Long 3 off the glass for Jefferson.
Did he call bank?
He did.
He did.
It's open on Saturday. 14 now for Jefferson. 4-point lead for the Cardinals. Right side for the Bulldogs with it now. Stefanovic, top of the key, working on Jefferson. Jefferson switches over. Now guarded by Cleveland. Dish back out to Bergquist with it, right wing. Bergquist guarded by Cousinard. Bergquist takes it himself. What a move by Josh Bergquist. Underneath the basket, really laying it up and in with that left hand.
It's tough to guard a left-handed player.
Mercy. Bergquist is showing some skills tonight. 10 points for Josh. And cuts the lead to 2, 26-24 East Chicago Central. 2:45 left to go here in the second quarter.
Well, they got East Chicago slowed down.
With it for the Cardinals now is Darian Reed, top of the key, finds Jefferson on the right wing.
I think I'd guard Jefferson a little tighter.
Jefferson backs it up, long 3, Damon Jefferson in and out. He was feeling it. Rebound Crown Point.
I think he feels it every time.
I think so too. Bonin now left wing baseline jumper put up by Josh Bergquist. There's a guy in white feeling it too. It's Berquist. 12 points for Josh. Tie ball game, 26-26. Here from Crown Point High School, Brandon Alexander and the Hall of Famer Jim East bringing you the action tonight. We got a good one. 3-ball put up by Hiram Edwards. No good for Edwards from the right wing. And the rebound brought down by the Bulldogs. Bounce pass from Bonin. Gets it across half court. Does Galen. Galen will keep it himself, and it'll be a double dribble on Grant. Grant felt the pressure of the double team. Panicked a little bit, coach, and will turn it over.
Well, that was one of the few turnovers that Crown Point has made.
No on the run.
So substitution for Crown Point as Galen will have a seat. And inbounds from half court will be Edwards. Edwards gets it back from Cousinard, will keep it. Dribbles between the legs.
They went back into a man-to-man. Crown Point's in a man-to-man right now. Oh, they're double teaming the ball.
So left wing baseline is Cousinard, dishes it back out to Cleveland. Cleveland finds Cousinard. Cousinard turns it over, bringing it up the floor. Stefanovic, right side. Sasha's going to keep it himself. Gets it up, and it was rejected.
They count
and they'll call a goaltending.
Goaltending.
Hiram Edwards got above the rim on the ball. It was a close call, but they'll give the points to Crown Point. So count it for Stefanovic. 5 points on the night for Sasha.
Lead with 1:27 to go to halftime.
28-26 Crown Point. Bringing it up the floor for Crown Point, or for East Chicago, I should say, is Edwards. And Edwards with no points of the night thus far. Charlie Cleveland will keep it himself in the lane. Nice drive by Charlie, lays it up and in.
Holding. Yep.
First points of the night for Cleveland. And a foul on the inbounds. Going to go against Crown Point.
Foul's on number.
No, it'll go against
Gary Reed.
It'll go against Reed.
Well, it definitely
Reed
was a
for,
holding.
East Chicago.
If that's the way they press,
Shooting 2, he was
advantage Crown Point.
So Darian Reed commits his second foul of the night. And in the double bonus now are the Bulldogs, and Bonin will be at the line for 2. First one up for Blake is good. First points of the night for Blake. Substitution, Galen checking back in as Morales will have a seat for the Bulldogs. And Crown Point with a 1-point lead, 29-28. Second free throw for Bonin. Nothing but net. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. 66 seconds left to go here in the first half. Up the floor, left side now for the Cardinals is Edwards. Left wing, Cousinard. Cross court now, Darian Reed. Back top of the key is Edwards. Double teamed. Baseline, now Jermaine Cousinard. Pops the shot. 3-ball for Cousinard. Nothing but net. 9 in the night for Jermaine. Regains the lead for East Chicago Central, 31-30. 36 seconds left to go here in the first half. Man down for Bulldogs. And back up is Jeffers. 3-ball, long 3 put up by Stefanovic. No good. And on the rebound and out of bounds on the Cardinals, so it'll go back to the Bulldogs.
Well, 25-8 right now. 25 seconds to go in the half. I would definitely hold for one shot.
So Cousinard has a seat for the Cardinals.
But I was a very conservative coach.
Absolutely. Jeffers will come out for the Bulldogs. Inbounds pass. Taking it is Andrew Keneally for the Bulldogs. Looking for space as Andrew can't find it. Guarded heavily. Tipped up is Edwards. Edwards has got it. 16 seconds to go. Edwards looking to keep it himself all the way down the floor. Draws the foul.
Good play. You got one more foul to give. I think I'd give one more foul right here.
Foul will go against Berquist. That's his second. Crown Point's done a good job of keeping themselves out of foul trouble here in the first half. Berquist, the only player with multiple fouls on the night for the Bulldogs. So an inbounds pass from the baseline with 15 seconds left, and there'll be a timeout called by East Chicago Central. It'll be a 20-second timeout for the Cardinals.
I'm sure Abe Brown is diagramming a play that he wants run on the baseline. It's not your typical play. I'm sure it will involve Jefferson and Edwards.
Yes. That's usually a good play, right?
That's a good play. Yes. I think I'd pass into them anytime I could.
15 seconds to go here in the second half. 31-30 Cardinals. Attention, region athletic directors and coaches. BSN Sports is looking to talk to you. BSN Sports is the nation's largest team dealer and have partnered with many area schools to provide game-changing solutions for uniforms, sportswear, and equipment. The phone number for BSN Sports is 219-661-0786.
This is probably the best home crowd that Crown Point's had this year.
Packed house in the bleachers night for the Bulldogs. As they're about to see the number one team in the region. A nice inlet pass. Nice design play there by Cleveland. Well, by the Cardinals to Cleveland, I should say. 4 points in the night for Charlie. 3 seconds to go for the Bulldogs. It's Bonin. Long three. Off the front of the rim. No good for Blake. And that'll be the end of the first half. We got a good one from Crown Point. Don't go anywhere, folks. 33-30. Cardinals over the Crown Point. At the end of the first, we're going to take a timeout. Coach Jim East and I will break down the first half and tell you what to look forward to in the second. You're listening to high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Lincoln Carryouts, located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point, has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's 1-800-837-1400 or online at mcshanes.com.
When facing cancer, you want the best possible care. The hospitals of Franciscan Alliance are committed to providing state-of-the-art treatment using the most advanced cancer-fighting technology available. All right here in our community. You would go anywhere for world-class cancer treatment. It's nice to know we don't have to go far for Franciscan Alliance Cancer Care. For more information, visit franciscanalliance.org. The city of Crown Point is proud to support the Crown Point Bulldogs. Go Dogs! Crown Point has a unique community spirit and is the ideal place to live, work, and play. Our residents and guests enjoy award-winning amenities like our unique shops, family-owned restaurants, premier golf courses, and 4-star schools, all in a historical downtown with year-round events. For more information, the website is crownpoint.in.gov. Crown Point, building a stronger community from within since 1834.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
Green 18! Green 18!
The Region Sports Network is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Crown Point Junior Bulldog Youth Football League. The Junior Bulldogs are Northwest Indiana's largest independent youth football league, serving over 500 players and their families from 22 Northwest Indiana communities. For more information on the Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football League, the website is cpjrbulldogs.com. That's cpjrbulldogs.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on Regionsports.com.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 WRTW The Key and streaming worldwide on the internet tonight at Regionsports.com. We got a good one for you at halftime from Crown Point High School, 33-30. East Chicago Central with a 3-point advantage over the Bulldogs. Indiana Basketball Hall of Famer Jim East joining me tonight. My name is Brandon Alexander. It was a quick first half that we had here, Coach. We were talking about it off the air here, and you just got the stats handed to you. We're going to run down the scoring and the statistics for tonight. Taking a look at this right now. Looking at the scoring first for East Chicago Central. They were leading all scorers right now is Damian Jefferson. the junior backcourt star for the Cardinals with 14 points, 6 for 14 from the field, and 2 for 7 from three-point range. So not the percentages you're looking for Damian, but he's certainly tallying the points. A lot of those came in the first quarter. Damian put up 11 of those 14 in the first frame. 9 points pitched in by Jermaine Cousinard. Hiron Edwards with just 3. Edwards 1 for 9 from the field tonight, which is a startling statistic for Edwards, the senior, who's the other D1 name that we're looking at here tonight. So you got to think that he's going to get it together in the second half. Crown Point cannot count on him shooting 10% from the field.
After scoring 90 points in 2 games last week.
Absolutely. Charlie Cleveland pitching in 4 for the Cardinals as well, and Keyshawn Lewis rounding out the scoring for East Chicago Central with a bucket. Playing 8 minutes and 52 seconds was Keyshawn in that first half. Taking a look at scoring for the Bulldogs. They were led on the stat sheet, and I think just all around, by Josh Berquist, who was laying down the moves tonight. 12 points in the night for Josh. 4 for 4 from the field and 4 for 4 from the stripe. That's getting it done, Coach.
Yeah, and you know, he's struggled a little bit the last couple of games, but he's taken the ball towards him, and that's why he's shooting 4 out of 4 free throws.
Pitching in also for the Bulldogs, 5 points from Grant Galen and Sasha Stefanovic, respectively. Blake Bonin with 2, Noah Morales with a bucket, and Nick Jeffers with 4 points as well. A couple of free throws and shooting 50% from the field tonight was Nick. So, an interesting game thus far. East Chicago Central heavily favored in this one as they are the number 1 team in the area, and the Bulldogs coming in as the number 8 team ranked in the RSN top 10. And you got to think that Cardinals came in with a little bit of swagger into this one, trying to break that winning streak that Crown Point has at home. They haven't lost a game at home all season, Coach, and they're certainly playing confidently tonight.
Yeah, and I think if you can hold East Chicago to 43% from the field, you got a chance of winning a ball game.
Folks, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and the Peak Performers return for another season on the Region Sports Network and RegionSports.com. That's underwritten by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Check for the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Peak Performers every week on RegionSports.com. That's Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance with offices in Crown Point, Highland, Hobart, Lowell, and Cherville. Make sure you stay tuned after the game as the Hall of Famer Jim East and I will be giving away some awards. We're going to give away our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Berry Brothers, as well as our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game and the Lincoln Carryouts Super Sub of the Game. We certainly have some good candidates for all of those awards right now, but that's why we play 2 halves, and we certainly look forward to seeing the second of 2 in this one. It's a 3-point game, 33-30, East Chicago Central with the lead over Crown Point. We're going to take another timeout and rejoin you with the second half right here from Crown Point High School, right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com. Misprint can help your team's identification with team banners, trading cards, personalized team posters, stickers, decals, and fundraising ideas, too. Misprint has 2 locations, 8244 Calumet Avenue in Munster, and in Hammond at 6931 Calumet Avenue. Both locations open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and in Munster, Saturdays till noon. Online, it's misprintusa.com. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, designs, and signs.
Concussions occur when trauma to the head or spine temporarily interferes with brain function. Seeking medical care as soon Hospital in Munster, St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart have a team of medical professionals experienced in evaluating and treating concussions. If you have a head or neck injury, don't wait for a head injury on the field, the court, or the ice. The phone number of the concussion clinics is 219-836-4461.
The city of Crown Point is proud to support the Crown Point Bulldogs. Go Dogs! Crown Point has a unique community spirit and is the ideal place to live, work, and play. Our residents and guests enjoy award-winning amenities like our unique shops, family-owned restaurants, premier golf courses, and 4-star schools, all in a historical downtown with year-round events. For more information, the website is crownpoint.in.gov. Crown Point, building a stronger community from within since 1834.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
Welcome back, folks. It's another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network. Coming to you tonight on 90.5 The Key and around the world on regionsports.com. Jim East, Brandon Alexander over at Crown Point High School as it's the area number 1 East Chicago Cardinals with a 3-point lead over the home team Bulldogs. What do we look forward to here in the second half, Coach? What was the message in the locker room for both teams at halftime?
Well, the message in East Chicago dressing room would be we have to pick the pace up. Pace is too slow for us. We want to go up and down the floor. So I think you're going to see much more pressure on the ball. And for Crown Point, hey, everything's working right now. The key is taking the ball at them, make sure that they get some foul shots.
Folks, let us know you're listening tonight. Send us an email at fanmail@regionsports.com. We'll give you a shout-out during the broadcast. That's fanmail@regionsports.com. And, hey, if you're looking for a specialty breakfast or lunch, visit Jelly Pancake House in Maryville or Dyer. Open daily till 3 p.m. Jelly proudly offers homemade Greek yogurt smoothies, freshly squeezed orange juice, and a large gluten-free menu. Visit the website at jellypancakehouse.com and like them on Facebook at facebook.com/jellypancakehouse. Just about to get underway here from Crown Point High School. Start of the second half, 33-30. The area number 1 East Chicago Central Cardinals with the advantage over the Bulldogs. Crown Point 6-0 at home this year. Trying to keep that streak alive tonight against a formidable foe. And there's Hiron Edwards.
Look quicker.
Look who it is. Dribble drive for Hiron Edwards. Around every Bulldog defender, lays it up and in. The first points of the night for Hiron. And that's a good start for the Cardinals, 35-30 EC. Other side now, moving right to left on your radio dial is Crown Point. It's Sasha Stefanovic. Underneath feed for Nick Jeffers. Saved out of bounds by East Chicago Central. Up the floor quickly is Jermaine Cousinard, who was looking underneath for Jefferson and went out of bounds. Looks like it went off of Grant Galen, and it'll be back to the Cardinals on the baseline.
First two possessions, Cardinals is showing their hand that they really are pushing the ball down the floor.
So Cousinard on the inbounds, guarded by Stefanovic. And Jermaine gets it in for Hiron Edwards, who will pop a quick three from the right elbow. And there's Hiron Edwards with 5 points already here in the third quarter. And on the night, 38-30 EC. Edwards was scoreless in the first half after scoring 90 points in his last 2 games. Coach and I have mentioned it a couple of times in the broadcast. Layup no good for Crown Point by Stefanovic. Other side quickly for East Chicago Central is Jermaine Cousinard from the right side. Lays it up and in. And all of a sudden, 7 points to open the half for East Chicago Central. And Crown Point is going to call a timeout.
Pretty quick.
So it'll be a full timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players in highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsports.com.
Prep basketball on the Region Sports Network, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevy is the MVP of MPGs. After the timeout, up the floor for the Bulldogs was Stefanovic. Turns it over, does Stefanovic. Jefferson recovers, brings it down the floor himself, does Damian. Can't get the layup to go in. So back over goes the basketball to Blake Bonin and Crown Point. Top of the key now, Bonin feeds right side for Stefanovic. Bergquist now with it. Bergquist takes it himself. Layup right side is good for Josh.
They still haven't figured out that he uses his left hand very frequently.
So a nice drive there by Bergquist, and over the top.
They call it over and back.
Yep, over and back went Cousinard for the Cardinals, so a turnover at half court for the Cardinals. And Crown Point will look to get a little momentum now after surrendering the first 7 points of the half. It's 40-32 Cardinals. Across half court now is Bonin over to Bergquist. Bergquist on the right wing, worked on by Keyshawn Lewis.
Same play.
Yep. Bergquist drove the lane, went for the shot, no good, and drew the foul.
They can't stop it. Go right back to it.
Foul on number 1.
So the foul will be on Lewis. That's 3 fouls for Keyshawn. First team foul of the half for the Cardinals. They got in foul trouble quickly in the first half as Crown Point was in the bonus with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Right baseline now for the Bulldogs is Stefanovic. Feeds underneath for Bonin. Blake was looking for the shot and was fouled before the shot.
Oh.
So we'll see who the foul was on. That's going to go against Charlie Cleveland.
Foul number 4.
Second foul of the night for Cleveland. So to update you, Lewis with 3, Cleveland with 2. Cousinard and Darian Reed both with 2 as well. And a 3 ball put up by Grant Galen on the inbounds is good. So a nice stroke there by Grant from the elbow.
I don't know about that call. They're moving so quickly. I don't know whether they're moving past the referee or not, but he called a blocking foul.
And a quick foul on Crown Point on the other end of the floor. It'll be an inbounds for the Cardinals. Damian Jefferson with it. Finds Heinrich Edwards, sets the screen to Jefferson. Screen set now by Cleveland for Edwards. Edward dishes underneath for Cousinard, and Cousinard dribbles out of bounds.
Got to take advantage of these turnovers.
Yep, turnover for the Cardinals. Stefanovic will inbound from the baseline for the Bulldogs. Cardinals easing up on that pressure a little bit, just going man-to-man. It's Jefferson on Stefanovic. Stefanovic on the dribble. Screen set for Crown Point. Finds Galen, now baseline for Blake Bonin. Baseline guarded by Edwards. Bonin now left wing for Bergquist. Bergquist dribbles back out near midcourt and will reset. 5:05 left to go here in the third. 40-35. East Chicago Central with the advantage over the Bulldogs. Bergquist still with it. Bergquist will drive left side, gets up the shot, and they call off the shot. No good.
I don't know about that one.
Didn't make Bergquist too happy.
There is a continuation in high school basketball in Indiana, isn't it?
Yep.
Not just NBA.
So if there's a plus side of the play for the Bulldogs, it's that Keyshawn Lewis is going to have a seat with 4 fouls. And checking in once again for East Chicago Central is Melly Jackson. Getting the inbounds is Bonin. Finds Jeffers, gets it back to Blake. Blake left elbow now. Blake takes it himself. Little roller off the fingertips from 5 feet, no good. Rebound Jefferson. Jefferson keeps it himself. Oh, nice feed underneath by Jefferson to Charlie Cleveland. That's a D1 play right there. Layup was good for Cleveland. 8 points in the night for Charlie. 42-35 East Chicago Central. With it now for Crown Point is Stefanovic. Finds Galen, who pops a long 3 from the elbow. No good. Air ball. And rebound goes right to Charlie Cleveland for the Cardinals. Edwards now with it. Finds Jermaine Cousinard, who will drive the baseline. No good. Rebound putback is good for Jackson. That's Jackson's first points of the night. Takes the lead back out to 9 for the Cardinals. Up the floor with it for Crown Point is Bonin. And a whistle and a foul on the floor. The Cardinals fans aren't too happy about that. Neither is their head coach.
Their head coach was not real happy with that.
Hiram Edwards will collect his second foul on the play.
That's the 4th foul already on East Chicago.
Yep.
But that's just the way they play. They play very aggressive. They attack the basket. There he is.
So we're going to a 9-point lead on the inbounds as Josh Bergquist dribble drive left side, collects his own rebound.
Another foul.
Looking for the second attempt and draws the foul again. So foul's going to go against Cousinard, who can't believe it.
It was a good call.
He's the only one at the gym that can't believe it. 5 team fouls already in just 4 minutes and 3 seconds here in the third quarter. Madison Hawkins checks back in for the Cardinals.
Number 40 looks like he played a little football.
You'd think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
If he didn't,
Madison Hawkins' biceps are about as big as everybody else's thighs on the court. If you're wondering what Jim East is talking about, he is a large young man underneath the basket for the Cardinals. Blake Bonin off the inbounds, gets it out to Bergquist, top of the key. Bergquist, left wing, baseline now, dribble drive is Stefanovic, no good. Fighting for the rebound, recovered by Galen. Kicks it out to Bergquist, left elbow, thought about the three, and will hold on to it. Galen underneath now for Jeffers. Jeffers puts up the shot and good.
It's a good.
Draws the foul for the and one.
Very good move. He actually faked to the middle and moved back to the baseline with his left hand and scored. And here's got a chance for the old three-point play.
It's a carbon copy of a play we saw on the other side of the floor in the first half, Coach, for Jeffers on an and one. Got Crown Point back into it as they trailed by 7 early on in the second quarter, and that play got this crowd back into it, and Crown Point ended up with the lead in the second quarter for a short amount of time. Free throw by Jeffers is no good.
Called a foul.
And on the rebound, they will call a foul against Crown Point. That'll go against Galen.
I guess as a coach, if you can complain enough, the officials do listen.
Well, is that how that works?
That's how it works.
You saying that complaining that all these coaches do that actually does something throughout the course of the game? I thought it was always just for fun.
No.
Oh, okay. 44-37 Cardinals with a 7-point lead over the Bulldogs. With it is Damian Jefferson. Jefferson holding the ball over the head with his left hand. Alley-oop lob for Jefferson. A little short. They were looking for the slam, but no good. Turns it back over to Crown Point. 3-ball quickly. Stefanovic off the back of the rim. Rebound Edwards for the Cardinals. Bringing it up is Hiron. Right side Edwards. Double team. Finds some space in the shot. No good. Rebound and the putback by Cleveland is no good either, but Charlie will draw the foul and go to the line.
East Chicago is very, very effective going to the offensive board. Good leaping ability. Got to check out to have an opportunity to get that ball.
Fouls on Jeffers, his second. And at the line for 2 is Charlie Cleveland. First shot short off the front of the rim, no good. Delectable steaks, pasta, seafood, and chops are why Gino's Steakhouse has been voted best in the region by the Times readers for the 8th year in a row. Gino's Steakhouse with locations in Dyer and Maryville. Visit the website at ginossteakhouse.com and like them on Facebook at facebook.com/Gino's Steakhouse. Second shot by Charlie Cleveland is in. So 1 for 2 from the line is Charlie. Kicks the lead back out to 8 for East Chicago Central, 45-37. 2:45 left to go here in the third. Baseline drive, Grant Galen, jumper no good. Rebound brought down by Jefferson, and on the rebound, Jefferson will draw the foul. Foul will go against Stefanovic. That's just Sasha's first on the night. So it'll be out of bounds baseline for the Cardinals, working on an 8-point lead.
They need a stop. Crown Point needs a stop and a couple scores, make this game very, very interesting.
So bringing it up the floor for East Chicago Central is Hiron Edwards. Given the free pass by the Bulldogs across center court. Left wing for Jefferson. Kicks it back to Edwards. Jefferson rotates around to the right side, looking for the pass. He's calling for it. Edwards now double team. Gets it over to Jefferson, right wing. Jefferson now in the double team. Underneath feed for Jackson. Jackson with the jumper, no good. And the rebound brought down by Stefanovic. Stefanovic with the crossover, gets it across half court. Nice pass right side for Blake Bonin with the 3-ball, no good. Rebound by Stefanovic in the putback off the bottom of the rim, and will go out of bounds, and the officials will call it out of bounds on Crown Point, and a turnover back to the Cardinals. Edwards gets it in. Charlie Cleveland with just a little fist bump on the basketball. Back to Hiron Edwards, who will walk it across center court.
I think the zone is very effective against East Chicago because they come down and really slow it down. You don't want them to speed it up.
Yeah. The Bulldogs have given us a couple different looks tonight with the man-to-man in that 2-3 zone. Jefferson now to Edwards, and East Chicago Central is going to slow it up. 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Underneath feed for Hawkins. Hawkins puts up the shot and was fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2. Foul's going to go against Galen. That's Galen's third. He's going to have to watch it. Galen will come over and have a talk with his coach. At the line for 2 is Madison Hawkins. No points in the night for Madison, but a couple of fouls. Cardinals with an 8-point lead. First free throw, no good.
He did not shoot like a basketball player. I still think he's a football player.
Well, you can be both, right?
Yeah, he could be both. They got a elongated bench there. They got a lot of guys to put in.
Second free throw by Hawkins off the back of the rim. Takes a couple bounces, and on the rebound attempt,
Coach Brown is disputing about every call that's being made right now. It's a 1-1. It's a 7th team foul.
Yep. And that foul, see who that was against, Coach?
It was against Jefferson.
Okay. That's Jefferson's third. I just had him down for 1, but he's got 3 now. So Damien will have to watch it. And once again, Crown Point now in the third quarter, already in the bonus, as the Cardinals have 17 fouls. At the line for the Bulldogs is Noah Morales. And the first free throw goes down. So it was once the Bulldogs got in the bonus in the second quarter is when they were able to get back in the ball game, because the game slowed down, and, well, they made their free throws. Second free throw for Morales is good as well. 6-point lead for the Cardinals, 45-39. Minute 20 to go here in the third.
I don't know what this is. Looks like a man-to-man, but it's a soft man-to-man.
Much slower moving second half here from Crown Point High School as it's Damian Jefferson. Dribble drive in the lane. Lays it up no good. Gets his own rebound. Looking for the shot is Damian, and it was batted out of bounds by a Bulldog.
Mistake Jefferson made. He brought the ball down and allowed Crown Point to knock the ball away.
So it'll be an inbounds play for the Cardinals. Jackson will take it in. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Cherville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at rkmissgroup.com. On the inbounds is Hiron Edwards. Takes it back out to center court with 50 seconds to go here in the third. Edwards double team, keeps the ball, puts his behind into a player.
He called a block.
Will draw the foul. Yeah, they're going to call the block.
I thought Hiron Edwards just took and just mowed his way in there. Made room for himself.
Call will go against Stefanovic, his second. Both fouls coming in the second half for Sasha. 16 fouls already now for Crown Point. So they get it into the Cardinals with Edwards on the left elbow. Edwards with the dribble, double team. This is outside on the perimeter of Cleveland. Cleveland with a little jump shot for 2, no good. And a scrum for the rebound, and Hawkins with the putback is no good.
Little scrum there.
Yeah, it was Hawkins and Jeffers battling for that ball. And the foul will go against Jeffers. That's the third foul on Nick. And Madison Hawkins will go back to the line and shoot 2. Madison 0 for 2 on the night. Just saw him there a minute ago. 32.1 left here in the third quarter. And East Chicago Central is working on a 6-point lead here on the road at Crown Point, where the Bulldogs are 6-0 this year. You are listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 The Key, WRTW, the only game in town.
I think he's going in for Jeffers.
Some confusion on the substitutions for both teams. Officials trying to figure this out. Remind all our listeners the Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball returns next week with more exciting hoops action. Stay logged on to regionsports.com for the updated broadcast schedule. What's happening here, Coach?
Called that a shooting foul.
Yes.
I thought 2 guys just went for the ball.
Oh yeah, Hawkins was going up. He had the motion, and I saw the official, motion towards it.
Wow.
Jeffers was a little appalled. He was laying on the ground. Had his hands, didn't know how. He could have fouled him on the shot, but he did. Hawkins makes his second free throw. He's 1 for 4 from the line tonight. 1 point for Madison. And on the inbound for Crown Point, couldn't get it in. Morales was having a tough time. And they're going to turn it back over to East Chicago Central, I should say. Cardinals with a 7-point lead, 30 to go here in the third quarter. Hawkins gets the inbound, bobbles it. Hawkins recovers on the dribble, and Madison will travel. So not too light on his feet as Madison Hawkins.
Bulldogs, you said that, I didn't.
Yeah, Bulldogs triple teamed him and drug his feet. Turn it over.
Plenty of time.
So to no avail on the turnover. Bulldogs recover. 22 seconds to go here in the third. It's thrown on top of the key.
One
speed
shot.
Left side for Stefanovic.
One shot.
Now it's Bergquist. Bergquist dribbles, working on Tootle for the Cardinals. Bergquist between his legs, 9 seconds now for Josh. Bergquist drives the lane, right side for Josh, no good. Rebound, 3 seconds for the Cardinals. Turns it over to Blake Bonin, half-court shot at the buzzer. Woo! Right in and out for Blake. That was close. That would have let this place on fire. But nonetheless, that's the end of the third quarter. As East Chicago Central has opened up a 7-point lead, 46-39. Jim East and I will have the fourth quarter for you right after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com. McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's, 1-800-837-1400 or online at McShane's.com.
Hey, it's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletic programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristiansenChevy.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSport.com.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Davis presentation of high school basketball right here on Region Sports, the Region Sports Network on 90.5 The Key WRTW and streaming worldwide tonight at RegionSports.com. Visit ChevyDriveChicago.com. Underway here in the fourth quarter. Bulldog basketball, 46-39, East Chicago Central with a 7-point advantage over Crown Point. Right elbow with it now for Crown Point as Blake Bonin on the baseline feeds underneath. A nice feed to Nick Jeffers, who lays it up and in.
The key for Crown Point is to stay close the first part of this quarter. If you're the big dog of the area, you have a tendency to tighten up a little bit as the game progresses.
8 points for Nick Jeffers. Other side of the floor is Hiron Edwards. Floating pass cross court for Jermaine Cousinard, who lays down the 2-point bucket. Baseline jumper for Jermaine is good. 11 points now for Cousinard. Opens the lead back up to 7, 48-41 Cardinals. With it now for Crown Point is Blake Bonin. 3-ball, left elbow, Sasha Stefanovic. Nothing but net. 8 points for Sasha. Cuts the lead to 4, 48-44 Cardinals.
Very, very important possession here.
Both teams in the bonus with 17 fouls, each team with 4 timeouts remaining here in the fourth quarter, just underway in the fourth, 6:40 remaining in the ballgame. Left elbow with it for the Cardinals is Jermaine Cousinard. Baseline jumper for Jefferson is no good, and the rebound brought down by Blake Bonin. Outlet screen set up by Crown Point, and a 3-ball by Stefanovic is no good. Sasha looking to heat up. Other side now is Jefferson. Quickly takes it all the way down the lane, does Jermaine. And they're going to call a jump ball on the rebound. It was Jefferson and Stefanovic fighting for it. Sasha doing a good job of being aggressive under the basket. And gets the possession arrow in Crown Point's favor. But it was East Chicago's on this one. And it'll be Edwards under the basket with the inbound.
We don't want him to score here on the baseline. They did.
Edwards gets it into Cleveland. Who finds Cousinard back outside or back inside for Cleveland with a wide open layup for Charlie. 11 points now for Cleveland. Lead back out to 6, 50-44 Cardinals. With it in midcourt is Blake Bonin working on Jermaine Cousinard. Underneath feed for Jeffers. Jeffers can't get it to go. Looking for his own rebound off the fingertips to Hiron Edwards. Edwards keeps it himself. Cross court, lays it up and in. Edwards wanted the foul on the play, didn't get it. But the layup is good for Hiron. 7 points on the night for Edwards. And the lead back out to 8 now for the Cardinals. 4 consecutive. Getting across the court now is Stefanovic, who finds Bonin. Bonin picks up his dribble at midcourt. And a foul in the lane. We'll see what the call is.
I think it was a foul on East Chicago against the post player. Jeffers, here's Jeffers at the free throw line again.
Foul will go against Cleveland. So Crown Point in the bonus, and Jeffers will go to the line for 1-and-1. So he'll be shooting 2 now because the Cardinals have, or it's a 1-and-1, with 18 fouls. My mistake.
It's all right.
First we'll put 1-and-1 is good. Happens to the best of us. First one good for Jeffers. 18 fouls for the Cardinals, 7 for the Bulldogs. Second shot for Jeffers is no good off the back of the rim. But Crown Point recovers the basketball and will regain possession. With it now is Bergquist driving baseline. Outlet feed for Grant Gayline. Baseline shooter no good. And the rebound brought down by the Cardinals. It's Edwards quickly across court, finds Jefferson. Jefferson baseline drive, double team. Gets up the shot, no good. And will draw the foul and go to the line for 2. Foul will go against Nick Jeffers. That's his 4th, Coach, and Crown Point does not want to lose Nick Jeffers in this ball game.
I think they got a subject here, but I would say he's not going to do you good on the bench.
4 fouls for Jeffers, 3 for Galen for Crown Point. First free throw for Jefferson off the back of the rim for no good. Updating the crowd on the fouls for East Chicago Central. It's Jefferson, Cousinard, Cleveland all with 3, and Keyshawn Lewis with 4. Who is still in the game for the Cardinals. Second free throw for Jefferson is good. So 15 on the night for Damian. He was scoreless in the third quarter, his first point of this second half. With it now for the Bulldogs is Bonin with a spin move. Baseline feed for Morales, who gets it underneath for Jeffers. And Jeffers on the shot draws the foul. So Nick will go back to the free throw stripe. That foul is going to go against Damian Jefferson. And that is good news for Crown Point. That's 4 on Damian. And they would love to see him on the bench for the last few minutes of this one.
Coach Brown is very animated on the sideline. I'm surprised that they haven't given him a tech. But he's getting his point across.
Free throw for Jeffers is in. And the second free throw for Jeffers is good as well. So 9 points in the night for Nick Jeffers and the Bulldogs. Cuts the lead to 6, 53-47 Cardinals. 4:40 to go here in the ball game from Crown Point High School. And another foul on the floor.
Foul number 33, Nick Jeffers.
Foul will go against Jeffers.
That's his 5th.
And that's going to be the end of the night for Nick Jeffers. So Edwards will go to the line for a couple of free throws. If you love Region Sports, check out our website, regionsports.com, Northwest Indiana's premier local sports website. You can surf the site, you check out the video highlights and photo galleries, listen to games on demand, go to the message board. Just let us know what you think. There's plenty more coming up in the very near future. That's regionsports.com. And you are on the air with the only game in town, the Region Sports Network, on 90.5 WRTW, and on the internet at regionsports.com. A 1-and-1 for Hiram Edwards. First shot is good for Edwards. A quiet night for Hiram with just 10 points. Second of the 1-and-1 is nothing but net. So Hiram finds the twine, and it'll be a timeout on the floor. And that's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. We'll be back with more action. 4:40 left to go in the ball game right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Lincoln Carryouts, located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point, has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, sky trail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Schererville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsports.com.
Welcome back, folks, to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network, coming to you live from Crown Point High School tonight on 90.5 The Key, WRTW, and on the internet at regionsports.com. Underway after the timeout by Crown Point, or that was a Cardinal timeout, actually. Crown Point possession, bringing it up the floor for the Bulldogs, is Sasha Stefanovic. Left wing now for Blake Bonin. Baseline now Jeffers. Or it's Berquist, Jeffers fouled out of the game. Berquist over to Morales, who's in for Jeffers. Morales, dribble drive baseline, shot put up, no good. Scrum for the ball on the floor. And it'll be called out of bounds. Out of bounds in the Cardinals. It'll be an inbounds play for the Bulldogs. 55-47 East Chicago Central with the lead. 4:14 left to go in this one. Getting it inbounds is Bonin, who finds Berquist. Top of the key, over to the left wing for Bonin. Pops the 3 ball, no good. Off the rim, rebound Edwards for the Cardinals. Edwards brings it up the floor himself. He's going to try to take it all the way, and he does to the right side. No shot and a foul before the play. And the official looks like he was pointing at Berquist. He was not. He was pointing at Grant Gaylon, who was standing right next to Berquist. But it was a good guess. 4 fouls in the night for Grant Gaylon. So Crown Point in some foul trouble now. Jeffers is out of the game with 5 fouls. Grant Gaylon now with 4.
Is that
in
a
an
foul on
8-point
him?
game. EC Central in the double bonus now along with Crown Point, and the first one for Edwards is good.
Free throws are working to the advantage of East Chicago now.
9 points for Edwards on the night. Working on an 8-point lead for his Cardinals. The senior's second free throw is good. So Hiron makes both, takes the lead to 10 for East Chicago Central. That is their largest of the evening at 57-47. With it now for the Bulldogs is Berquist. Berquist rolls off the screen. Back out top of the key for the Bulldogs was Stefanovic, an ill-advised layup for Sasha. Couldn't find the basket, but now a loose ball at midcourt. And a couple players dive for it and a whistle on the play. And it looks like there was a timeout called with possession. Nice call there for Crown Point. And they'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Stay tuned after the game. The Hall of Famer Jim East and I will be giving out some awards. Our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game, as well as the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, and the Lincoln Carryouts Super Sub of the Game. So to reset, 3:40 to go here in this one. We've had a heck of a ball game here from Crown Point High School tonight, Coach. It was a 3-point game at halftime, and the Bulldogs have done a really good job of staying in this one, but the Cardinals just chipping away.
Yeah.
Chipping away, keeping the lead at 7, goes to 5, and then it's 8. Now it's at 10. With 3:40 left to go, the Bulldogs got to make some moves.
They have been able to answer every basket that Crown Point has made, plus some. We got an out-of-bounds play on the side. We'll see what happens.
So an inbound play for the Bulldogs. Berquist gets it into Gaylon, who shoots about a 31-footer. And that was an air ball to the left side. Not sure what Grant Gaylon's thinking there. Down by 10 with 3.5 to go. Ball went out of bounds. It'll go to the Cardinals. And on the inbounds, it'll be another foul.
The referees have taken over this game.
They certainly have.
They're really slowing the whole process down. They're calling them very tight.
Yeah. Well, it could make things very interesting as we wind this one down, because we got a lot of players with a lot of fouls and a lot of good players on this court. So if Crown Point can, get 4, 5, or 6 points here in the next minute or so, make this a couple of possession game. You got Damian Jefferson with 4 fouls. Cleveland and Cousinard both with 3. It could be very interesting. Tayshawn Lewis shot 2 free throws for the Cardinals, made them both. So 4 points in the night for Lewis. And the lead is out to 12 now for the Cardinals. Quickly, other side for Crown Point. A layup attempt by Grant Galon is no good. And the rebound brought down by Damian Jefferson, who's in the game with 4 fouls. Jefferson finds Edwards now in the right wing, working on Berquist. Berquist extends his hands, looking to cut off the lane of Edwards, but he seems to find him regardless. Edwards does, left side, finds 3 white shirts under the basket and will draw the foul. So Edwards will go back to the line.
He is very quick to the basket. Kind of probes around, and sees that opening and then attacks the basket hard.
Edwards getting looks from the University of Tennessee as well as Indiana University. And we'll be seeing him on the big stage next year.
Might be here tonight to watch him play.
First free throw by Edwards is off the back of the rim and good.
Izzo didn't have a good day.
Yeah, he's been very quiet tonight after a couple of 40-plus point performances.
No, I'm talking about Michigan State.
Okay.
They lost.
You're a little quiet in my ear here, Coach. I apologize.
That's all right.
That was a great game earlier. I listened to that one. That was awesome. The Illini coming away with the victory today over Sparty.
It's a big victory for Illinois.
Grant Galon with the ball at half court, kicks it out now to Stefanovic, who will pick up the dribble. Stefanovic drives left side, can't get a handle on it, looking for the shot. It was batted down by Cousinard, and another whistle on the floor. No foul on the play. It will just go out of bounds to Crown Point, and Josh Berquist will take the inbounds. 14-point game, 61-47 East Chicago Central, with just under 3 to go here in this one. Off the inbounds, it was Stefanovic with it.
Another foul.
Who drew the foul. And this one will go against Cousinard. So that's 4 on Jermaine. Cousinard with 11 points on the night and 4 fouls. So shooting 2 in the double bonus for Crown Point is Stefanovic. Sasha makes his first. 9 in the night for him. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the State Farm Agency of Bob Rees in Crown Point, as the second free throw is good for Sasha. Bob Rees is located at 152 West Joliet Street in Crown Point. Bob Rees State Farm is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and in the evenings by appointment. He can be reached at 219-663-7337. Bob Rees State Farm is a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics on the Region Sports Network. So after the free throw,
that's 5 on number 1.
Yep, foul is on Keyshawn Lewis, and he will have a seat as he fouls out of the night. So Keyshawn will finish the game with 4 points, a field goal in the first quarter, and a couple of free throws here in the fourth. Will end the night for the sophomore, who sees a lot of minutes for this number 1 ranked team. Crown Point having some trouble getting across half court, but does. And driving the lane is Grant Galon, can't find the basket. Rebound East Chicago, bringing it up the floor is Damian Jefferson. Left wing, cross court now, 3-ball put up by Jermaine Cousinard, no good. Rebound Jefferson. Jefferson will keep it, put it up himself, and draw the foul. So Jefferson will go back to the line, and that foul is going to go against Noah Morales.
You were talking about that first half being so quick.
Yeah.
Second half is not that quick.
Not been as quick. So Jefferson at the line for 2. Damian Jefferson, after a 14-point first half, just 2 in this half.
I think he's been the player of the game.
First free throw is no good for Damian. And Damian takes his time on the dribble at the line, and second one is good.
Well, you got a 14-point lead, and East Chicago is still pressing.
So Central on the press. Bulldogs are able to get it across half court. A 3-ball put up by Sasha Stefanovic. Nothing but net. Throwing down the bucket from outside is Sasha. Nice stroke there for him. And a timeout is called. So 12 points for Sasha. It will be a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Come back with the last 2 minutes right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
Lincoln Carryouts, located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point, has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
This is Prep Basketball on the Region Sports Network, coming to you live tonight on 90.5 The Key WRTW, and it's brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDriveChicago.com. That's Chevrolet. They are number one. 11-point ball game here from Crown Point High School. The number one ranked East Chicago Central Cardinals with the advantage over the Bulldogs, 63-52, and a minute 57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Crown Point looking in the eyes of their first home loss of the season. But still some ball to be played. Cardinals on the inbounds pass, gets it into Hiram Edwards. Edwards quickly looking for the turnaround dribble and will collect the foul, and that was going to go against Sasha Stefanovic. So that's 4 on the night for Sasha.
They're calling him tight. Yep, called him tight.
He joins Galen with 4 fouls, and on the other side it's Jefferson and Cousinard each with 4 as well. Shooting 2 free throws in the double bonus for the Cardinals is Edwards. Off the back of the rim is the first. Not a very good free throw performance tonight from Hiram, as he has cooled off after those 2 aforementioned games that we've been referencing for most of this evening, Coach.
But you certainly can see his athleticism. He's going to be an outstanding college guard.
Second free throw for Edwards is nothing but net. So a 14-point effort thus far, an 11-point effort for Edwards on the evening. Blake Boner with the basketball on the other side now, Bulldogs. Right to left on your radio dial. Dribble drive, Sasha Stefanovic. No good. And draws the charge.
Offensive foul on number 15.
So that'll be the end of the night for Stefanovic. A nice job there by the Cardinal defender, planting his feet and drawing the charge on Stefanovic. As Sasha will have a seat on the night. He will end his evening with 9 points and a real good effort on both sides of the floor tonight for Sasha, Coach.
Yeah.
Checking into the game for Crown Point.
He traveled.
Is Noah Morales.
Yep.
And a travel on the inbounds for the Cardinals. So a turnover. 12-point lead for the Cardinals. Minute 36 left to go. Blake Bonin will take the inbounds pass on the near baseline left side. Gets it in for Berquist, who pops a baseline 3-ball, no good. Rebound brought down by Madison Hawkins. Fighting for it now near the corner of the court was a couple of players. Officials look for the call, and the baseline official will say it is Cardinal basketball. So Edwards will take the inbounds right in front of the Bulldog bench, and he'll say, no, I don't want this one. Charlie, why don't you come here and take it? And Cleveland will. And Rainbow's an inbounds pass inside for Jermaine Cousinard, who will take it across half court. Cousinard lobs one to Cleveland. Back to Cousinard on the right wing. Jermaine double-teamed. Triple team now. Cross-court pass for Hawkins. Hawkins can't get a handle on it and turns it over to Crown Point. Goes out of bounds near the Crown Point student section. And Bulldog basketball now with just 70 seconds to go. 64-52 Cardinals. With it for Crown Point is Berquist, taking his time on the right wing. Berquist working on Edwards. Now over to Bukowski. And Thane Bukowski, seeing his first minutes of the night, pops the 3-ball, and it's good for Thane. Nice way to enter the game for Bukowski, the senior, seeing his first minutes of the night. And it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Thanks to some of our sponsors. Bring you back the last minute here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
Pet Supplies Plus has supplied safe and healthy pet care supplies and all-natural pet foods for over 20 years and is now open in Crown Point. At Pet Supplies Plus, we believe that people don't own pets, pets own people. As pet lovers ourselves, everything we do is designed to make pets happy. Our in-store team members can not only find the right products, but they have a talent for remembering a pet's face and name. This philosophy is the foundation of Pet Supplies Plus. So visit us at 1676 East Summit Street in Crown Point from 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sundays until 7 p.m.
The city of Crown Point is proud to support the Crown Point Bulldogs. Go Dogs! Crown Point has a unique community spirit and is the ideal place to live, work, and play. Our residents and guests enjoy award-winning amenities like our unique shops, family-owned restaurants, premier golf courses, and 4-star schools, all in a historical downtown with year-round events. For more information, the website is crownpoint.in.gov. Crown Point, building a stronger community from within since 1834.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
After the timeout, a baseline three-pointer for Blake Bonin is good. Quickly feeds it over to Blake, and a nice stroke there for Bonin. Gets it in, and all of a sudden, the lead is cut to 6 at 64-58. Another timeout for Crown Point, and we'll keep it right here as the lead is 6, and we do have a ball game with 51.5 seconds left to go here, Coach.
Yeah, you know, East Chicago slowed the game down. They had that set up. They had 5 guys surrounding the basket about 25 feet away, and I think they were going to stall that last couple minutes and so forth. That is not their game. Sometimes you do that, and you have a tendency to become flat for the last minute or so. But,
well,
you know, Crown Point's got a chance here.
Hey, they certainly do, because you got Jefferson and Cousinard both with 4 fouls. They don't want to find the bench at any point during this game. So, and they're going to stay in this one. It should definitely be interesting.
Interesting thing is teams that press don't like to be pressed.
Right.
And they're being pressed.
So the Cardinals will have the inbound. Go ahead.
I think I'd foul number 40.
You think so?
The big guy. Yeah. He's 1 out of 4.
Yes, he is. The Cardinals in general have had a tough time tonight from the charity stripe. So Jefferson gets it inbound to Edwards. Edwards, the fastest guy on the floor, gets it across half court quickly. He keeps it himself, drives left side, lays it up and in. Nice move there for Hiram Edwards. 13 in the night for Hiram, 8-point lead for the Cardinals. 3-pointer quickly for Crown Point is no good. And the rebound for Damian Jefferson across the court. Wide open is Jefferson, who slams it home with the two-handed jam. So lead back out to 10 now, and 20 seconds left to go for the Bulldogs. Bonin with a long 3, no good. Bounces off the front of the rim, out of bounds. And that went really quickly there.
Yeah, it did. It went
really quickly.
Went from 6 points to 10 points very quick.
That's what East Chicago Central can do for you, or do to you in transition. Edwards and Jefferson with a couple of buckets puts this one away for East Chicago Central, as Hiram Edwards has it and will just hang on to it near midcourt as the clock ticks down. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that will do it. Your final tonight, 68-58, East Chicago Central with a 10-point win, and hands Crown Point their first home loss of the season. The Hall of Famer Jim East and I will break it all down for you after a quick timeout right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
Lincoln Carryouts, located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point, has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same, and life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to, in part, underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
The Region Sports Network is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Crown Point Junior Bulldog Youth Football League. The Junior Bulldogs are Northwest Indiana's largest independent youth football league, serving over 500 players and their families from 22 Northwest Indiana communities. For more information on the Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football League, the website is cpjrbulldogs.com. That's cpjrbulldogs.com.
When facing cancer, you want the best possible care. The hospitals of Franciscan Alliance are committed to providing state-of-the-art treatment using the most advanced cancer-fighting technology available, all right here in our community. You would go anywhere for world-class cancer treatment. It's nice to know we don't have to go far for Franciscan Alliance Cancer Care. For more information, visit franciscanalliance.org.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
Pet Supplies Plus has supplied safe and healthy pet care supplies and all-natural pet foods for over 20 years and is now open in Crown Point. At Pet Supplies Plus, we believe that people don't own pets, pets own people. As pet lovers ourselves, everything we do is designed to make pets happy. Our in-store team members can not only find the right products, but they have a talent for remembering a pet's face and name. This philosophy is the foundation of Pet Supplies Plus. So visit us at 1676 East Summit Street in Crown Point from 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sundays until 7 p.m.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball. Here on the Region Sports Network, 90.5 The Key WRTW, and on the internet at RegionSports.com. Your final night was 68-58. East Chicago Central, the number one ranked team in the area, walking into Crown Point High School and taking care of the Bulldogs, handing them their first home loss of the year. Quickly, tonight's game was underwritten in part by Z Alloy Metal Distribution in Crown Point. Z Alloy wishes Coach Quint Swan and Coach Annie Akuya the best of luck this season, and in turn, we would like to thank the fine folks at Z Alloy for the support of the broadcast of Crown Point boys and girls basketball. Z Alloy, Crown Point Industry, supporting Crown Point basketball. So, Coach, we saw a good one tonight.
Yeah, I thought the best team won.
Well, you know, they're the number one ranked team in the area. They came in here as a heavy favorite. You know, a lot of the conversation around the RSN studios and people that I talked to, they didn't expect the Bulldogs to really be in this one much at all, and they hung in there. You know, they had the lead in the third quarter. They did a real good job shooting free throws. They took advantage of East Chicago Central playing aggressively, and certainly took advantage of the officials taking control of this game and calling all those fouls and putting them at the line, and scored them a lot of points. But at the end of the day, they just couldn't keep up with East Chicago's
athleticism. If you're going to be a team like East Chicago, you've got a lot of things have to go correctly. You've got to hit the three, and 6 out of 24 will not get the job done. I think you got to hit the free throws. The first half they did, 11 out of 13, but the second half they didn't shoot as many free throws, so therefore that worked against them. But I definitely think the athleticism of East Chicago is going to carry them a long way.
Yeah. We'll take a look at the scoring for both teams, starting with the Cardinals. East Chicago Central had 3 players in double digits tonight. They were led by Damian Jefferson. Finished the game with 19 points, but had 14 in the first half, so a quiet second half for Damian. Was scoreless in the third quarter. A couple of free throws, or a few free throws, and a fast break jam were his last points of the night. So Damian finishes the night with 19 and was in foul trouble for most of the second half as well. Also with 19 points was Hiron Edwards, the other D1 recruit coming out of EC Central. 5 for 15 from the field, so not the percentages that you're looking for from Edwards, but did end up with 19 points, all of those coming in the second half for Hiram. Jermaine Cousinard with 13, Charlie Cleveland with 9, Jones with 2, Kayshawn Lewis with 4, and Madison Hawkins and Josh Tootle threw in a free throw with a bucket for the Cardinals, rounding out their scoring. Taking a look at the Bulldogs, they were led by Josh Berquist, 14 points. Berquist was just lights out in the first half. going 4 for 4 from the field and the 4 for 4 from the line. Was just a monster, and then he quieted down. East Chicago Central's defense adjusted to him, cut off his lane with that left hand that he was using so effectively in the first half, and he was a lot quieter in the second. Sasha Stefanovic pitched in the 13. Nick Jeffers with 11. Jeffers fouled out of the game with a few minutes left in the fourth quarter. Grant Galon with 8. Noah Morales threw down 4. Thane Bukowski with a 3-ball, subbing in for Jeffers after he fouled out. And Blake Bonin, rough night from the field, 1 for 8 and 1 for 7 from three-point land. So a tough night for Blake, just 5 points in the night.
Yeah, I think the better team won. I definitely think they had an off night, I think. But I think Crown Point's defense slowed them down a little bit. But I would definitely think that East Chicago would be the favorite in the where's that played? Is that East Chicago or West Side? But anyway, they would be the favorite. I don't care. They can play it outdoors. I don't care.
The sectional?
Yes.
The sectional beat East Chicago. Yeah.
They're the team.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough go for everybody in that sectional.
Yes, it is.
As these Cardinals have a very, very good basketball team, and they look to make a very deep run in the Indiana State basketball tournament that will be coming up here in the next couple of weeks. I want to encourage all of our listeners, before we wrap things up tonight, to check out our Facebook page here at Region Sports Network, give you up-to-the-second scores, news, giveaways, and a whole lot more, just like the Region Sports Network page on Facebook, facebook.com/Region Sports. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Region Sports for video, not only from current Region sporting events, but also classic games spanning several decades. That's youtube.com/Region Sports. So, at this point in the broadcast, it is time for the Hall of Famer and I to give out some awards. We are going to start with our Lincoln Carryouts Super Sub of the Game, and that's underwritten by Lincoln Carryouts on North Main Street in Crown Point. That's Lincoln Carryouts, home of the Italian Submarine and the Steelworker Sandwiches. Coach, we had a little laugh about this one on the break because about 98% of the scoring came from the starters, but we did come to a conclusion. Our Lincoln Carryouts Super Sub of the Game tonight is...
You're leaving that in my...
Of course I am. Oh. I'm not going to pick it.
Well, I don't know. I have to look here.
I think Noah Morales played great.
All right.
I think he played good on both sides of the floor. He didn't get a lot of scoring opportunities, but he played some good defense, matched up against Hiron Edwards, and did the best he could coming off the bench for the Bulldogs. What do you say?
I agree with you.
You agree?
But I'm going to give a blue collar award to somebody else.
Okay.
Now.
All right, we're going to do that next. Our blue collar player of the game is underwritten by our friends at Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers provides quality work and safety footwear and apparel. They've been doing so since 1946. Our Berry Brothers blue collar player of the game, Coach.
I have to give that to Hiron Edwards because the two best players on the floor were on the same team.
Yeah.
I thought Jefferson and Edwards played extremely well, even though you were talking about his free throw shooting. But the bottom line is he got to the free throw line. So he attacks the basket. He does a lot of things well. And he's going to be a very, very fine Division I basketball player.
That was our blue-collar player of the game, Hiron Edwards. Tonight brought to you by Berry Brothers. They're located a half-mile north of 8094 on Indianapolis Boulevard, and they are a blue-collar store for the blue-collar worker. Lastly tonight, Coach, our Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Crowell Companies. They are your insurance superhero. Certainly proud to recognize our superheroes on the basketball court.
Damian Jefferson was the best player on the floor tonight. I tell you what, he got the ball in a shooting position every time. He took 19 shots, but he also scored 19 points. So he and Edwards were the two best players on the floor tonight.
Led all scorers tonight did Edwards and Jefferson, both throwing down 19 for the victorious Cardinals, who are in the locker room with a 10-point victory over Crown Point tonight. Damian Jefferson, our Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, once again brought to you by Crowell Companies. Hey, they have offices open from 9 to 9 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball on 90.5 FM WRTW and on the internet at regionsports.com is underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the MVP of MPGs. The Crowell Companies, they are your insurance superheroes. Berry Brothers, a tradition of quality and service since 1946. McShane's Business Products and Solutions since 1921. The Lake County agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, driving the American dream. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, design, and sign. Blue 82 in St. John, Food, Friends, and Fun. Morris Baseball and Softball Center, where they provide elite instruction. Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, putting the numbers to work. The Concussion Clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart. Jack's Warehouse, great entertainment for the whole family. Triple Crown Baseball and Softball Academy, where the All-Stars train. Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point, where there's great prices, no begging. BSN Sports, providing game-changing solutions for schools. Gino's Steakhouse, delectable steaks, pasta, and seafood. Jelly Pancake House, not just your ordinary restaurant. Franciscan St. Anthony's Health Sports Medicine Institute, improve performance and avoid injury through training. Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine. The city of Crown Point, building a stronger community from within since 1834. Z Alloy Metal Distribution. Crown Point Industry, backing the Bulldogs. Bob Rees State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Bob Rees is there. And the Town Club Restaurant, steak and seafood for 65 years. The executive producer of sports here on 90.5 FM WRTW and regionsports.com is Chris Ramirez. Our chief engineer tonight was Mike Benaventura, and our coordinating producer is Nathan Laird. Had on-site assistance tonight from our friend Michael Brandner, handing out all the great, colorful RSN programs to all the fans here. The station manager over at 90.5 FM WRTW, our friend Jody McManus. A special thank to the athletic director here at Crown Point High School, that's Bill DeRola. And, of course, all of the listeners out there tonight listening to us on 90.5 WRTW and, of course, on the Internet at regionsports.com. For the Indiana Basketball Hall of Famer Jim East, my name is Brandon Alexander. We thank you again for listening and joining us tonight. Your final, once again, East Chicago Central 68 and Crown Point 58. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Drive safely. Have a great evening. And we'll see you next week right here on Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
regionsports.com.